All right, let's jump right in. Imagine there are real estate gold mines that you can't see, not because they're buried, but because the clues are buried in just mountains of data. Today, we're going to talk about how AI is basically giving us X-ray vision to spot these hidden opportunities.
I mean, it really makes you think, doesn't it? What if the next huge real estate play isn't in some secret, far-off location, but it's right under our noses? And the key to unlocking it isn't some old treasure map, it's an algorithm. That's the mystery we're unpacking today.
So what's the big hurdle here? Well, it's just this absolute flood of information. I mean, think about it. You've got property records, zoning plans, social media buzzing about a new coffee shop. It's total data overload. No person, or even a team of people, can possibly keep up. And that's exactly where artificial intelligence comes in. It's the one tool that can actually sift through all that chaos and pull out the valuable stuff.
Okay, so first things first. Let's talk about this hidden opportunity. We've got to understand why the game itself is changing right now. You know, for the longest time, winning in real estate was all about knowing something that other people didn't. Maybe you heard a whisper that a new highway was coming through, or you got a tip about a neighborhood getting rezoned. That little information gap, that was your edge. That's where fortunes were made.
But here's the thing. Today, that edge is buried under a mountain of data. And we're not just talking about property records. We're talking satellite images, dense urban planning documents, social media trends, economic indicators, population shifts. The list goes on and on. It's literally impossible for a human to process all of that. Our brains just aren't built for it.
So, how in the world do you find your way through this data fog? Well, that brings us right into our second part, AI, and how it's learning to see what we can't.
There's this quote from the source material that just hits the nail on the head. It says AI lets us spot these opportunities like a satellite sees roads in the dark. And how perfect is that? It's not just about crunching numbers faster, it's about making the invisible visible. It's like flipping a switch and suddenly seeing a whole new landscape that was there the whole time, just hidden in the dark.
And look, this isn't some futuristic fantasy. It is happening right now. The sharpest firms are already putting this stuff to work. They're using AI to forecast which neighborhoods are about to take off, to sniff out properties that are priced way too low, to see where rental demand is about to surge, and even to analyze hidden risks like flood zones or crime rates that aren't obvious at first glance.
Okay, so you're probably wondering, how does this actually work? What's the secret sauce here? Let's get into the nuts and bolts of how AI actually finds these hidden gems.
It really boils down to 4 key methods. You've got geospatial analysis, tracking population shifts, parsing through dense legal documents, and running complex financial forecasts. So let's break them down, one by one.
All right, first up, geospatial analysis. This is where AI basically becomes a super-powered map reader. It's scanning high-res satellite images, GIS data, looking for things we'd easily miss. Sure, it can find empty plots of land, but the really amazing part is that it can predict where new roads, transit, and utilities are likely to be built. And buying land there before the announcement? Well, that's the dream, isn't it?
Next is demographic tracking. This stuff is fascinating. The AI crunches anonymized data on where people are moving to, so it can literally see a neighborhood start to bubble up. But here's the kicker. It can spot this trend up to 5 years before the rest of the market catches on. 5 years. That is a massive head start.
This next one, honestly, it feels like having a superpower. Imagine being able to read and actually understand thousands of pages of the most mind-numbingly boring documents. I'm talking zoning plans, city council minutes, all that stuff in just seconds. AI can do that. It's scanning for keywords and phrases that signal an upcoming policy change that can make a property's value shoot through the roof.
And finally, financial forecasting. This is where the AI becomes a master strategist. It runs thousands, even millions, of what-if scenarios. What if interest rates go up? What if a big tech company builds a new campus nearby? It games out all the possibilities to find those investments where the potential reward just blows the risk out of the water.
Okay, I know what you might be thinking. This all sounds great for some giant investment firm with a room full of supercomputers. But the cool part is, these ideas are becoming more accessible to everyone. So let's talk about your AI-powered toolkit.
You don't have to build your own AI from scratch. You can start with what's already out there. A lot of cities have public mapping and zoning tools that are totally free. You can subscribe to analytics services that do some of this heavy lifting for you. Some AI platforms even have free tiers you can experiment with. And hey, don't forget the low-tech approach.
Just showing up to a local planning meeting can give you incredible insights.
And that really gets to a crucial point. It comes down to this simple formula, data plus local insight. That is a seriously powerful combination. Technology is amazing, but it's not a magic wand. An AI might tell you, this neighborhood is hot, but it takes a person with their boots on the ground to tell you, but this is the best street.
Of course, we have to talk about the other side of the coin, because with any strategy that promises big rewards, you have got to be aware of the risks. It's all about having a clear-eyed view of the whole picture.
And the risks are absolutely real. You know, garbage in, garbage out. If your data is bad, your predictions will be bad. Algorithms can have hidden biases, and let's be honest, no AI can predict a sudden global market shock. But just look at the rewards. The chance to buy land cheaply, to find undervalued rental properties, to get ahead of new regulations. The whole game is about managing those risks so you can unlock the rewards.
So what's the big takeaway here? It's this. AI in real estate is not the future anymore. It's the present. It's becoming a standard part of the toolkit. For anyone who's serious about this industry, the question isn't if this is going to change things, but how you're going to adapt.
So I'll leave you with this one thought to chew on. As you go about your day, as you look at the world around you, just keep asking yourself this question. What patterns are others missing? What's hiding in plain sight, just waiting for the right perspective to bring it into focus? Because that's where you're going to find the next real estate goldmine.